But you guys ready for some Rurouni Kenshin?
Let's do it.
All right, boys. We got Rurouni Kenshin episode 23, The Wolf's Fangs. So in this episode, Kenshin he kind of loses his current self in favor of Batosai, the manslayer, when an unexpected representative of the Meiji government steps in. This was a crazy plot twist, but it left me with a few questions to end the episode. Well, a few questions for Tyler, I should say. But we return on this episode to Kenshin with Kaoru and Yahiko talking about where Kenshin might actually be. And this is when we see our boy Saito, or Fujita, his current name, arrives looking for Kenshin at the dojo. So when he showed up there, we know who he is, but the characters in the show don't. Like, what did you guys think he was up to? Like, did you think he had some killing intent, or what was going on with that?
I thought so.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I knew, he knew Kenshin was going to take down
Arundo.
Yeah, sickle and chain kind of guy. So he was just getting there. He was just going there to clean up the aftermath,
Yeah, I actually thought he was going to take So I feel like that he thought that maybe Kenshin had the upper hand, probably. So I felt like that he was gonna go and take one of his precious people hostage, kind of, and use them to gain the upper advantage. Kinda. That's what I thought it was going, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, I thought he was on some weird timing like that too, Tyler. But we were proven wrong, unfortunately. So next we return to the battle between Arundo and Kenshin. We left off last episode, and Kenshin was kind of bound by those chains that Dan was talking about, but he breaks out of them pretty quickly. But the key takeaway from this scene was that Arundo said that some VIP in the government has found out about Kenshin from the previous era, the Kurogasa case. And we kind of getting a little bit more of that, who that is. But afterwards, Kenshin returns to the dojo after having a hard time with Arundo. And Saito is there waiting for him. He kind of tells Kenshin that he's grown weak and has done a poor job being a Rurouni, protecting people that catch his eye, quote unquote. And he references the incidents of Megami getting captured, various people like Yahiko getting captured, and the incident with Raijuta, where he permanently injured that kid so he couldn't practice swordsmanship. Now, guys, did you think he had a point? Has Kenshin been a bigger failure than what we think about so far?
Well, before I answer this, I just want to point out that the one thing I learned from Arundo and the Kenshin fight was that Kenshin is a master of three sword styles like Zoro. That's what I learned.
Okay.
He did put the blade in his mouth.
Yes.
And say something about three worlds and do a crazy spinning attack. Trust me, it happened.
Yes. That's what I learned, that Airman is Zoro. Kenshin is Zoro. So
that would be an interesting debate.
I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear this shit at all.
For the bullshit hour.
Got a new segment ready for you guys.
But yeah, to go back to your question, do we think that he has a point? I think so, to some extent. I mean, he is kind of spitting facts. I mean, is it fair that he's saying what he's saying? No. But, Kenshin did his best, and, there's obviously things that he can't control when he's give up killing, but I think that, like Yahiko said, nobody died. So that's a W.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about too, because if Kenshin hadn't gone the pacifist route and renounced killing, would any of those things have gone that far? Even if he was I'm gonna protect people who catch my eye, but I'm gonna slash up some motherfuckers who try and fuck with that shit. Do you think any of it would have went that far? He would have
he just sort of one off rip.
Yeah.
But would Kenshin have stayed there if he was still killing people?
I'm not sure.
And lived in the what is her sword style called? The
Kashikamen. Yeah.
peaceful blade or something like that.
Mhm.
Or yeah, I don't think that she could have allowed someone like that to stay at her dojo while she's practicing and teaching a life-giving sword. That's what it is. So
True, and Kenshin's out here cutting people down left and
yeah,
right. Yeah, that'd be
that would
some
just be a bad
mean
look.
hypocrisy. Yeah.
She's got a very simple solution here. Oh, he's not a member of the dojo. He's just the wash boy. He might actually be a legendary samurai.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it just can't happen like that because we see in this episode, Kairu gets so tore up because she thinks that he's going to revert back to his killing ways, and you know he
Not
wouldn't
gonna
have been
lie.
there if he has
Not
killed. So
not gonna lie. I would not mind seeing a little Batosai. He goes fucking
Give the
hard at
people
fight.
what they want. I'm down too, there. I'm so down. But yes, Cairo thinks like, once this fight is over, like, Kenshin is gonna leave. And I have some ideas about why she might think that, but like what do you guys think?
I mean, it's valid because no, at this point, our main man Saito, he said some valid points, and you got to start thinking if you're Kenshin, like, would all those things would all of them happened if he was there? Would like if he would have left, would uh, Sanosuke and all of them have been in danger? No, probably not because everybody's come after Kenshin, right?
Well,
What's up?
Sano would still be mean mugging on the streets, being a thug. So,
Yeah,
like, we've definitely seen a better turn of events in his life. But no, I agree. Like him being there, him being hunted by all these people from the political power. It definitely puts the dojo at risk. So I definitely see that. But I was more thinking that if he snaps and goes full Batosai and kills a man, there's no coming back from that. He has to leave that peaceful side of him behind, and he can't stay at the dojo if he's the Batosai. So, like,
Yeah, he'd probably have a mean hit list to go down,
it'd be
which I would
awesome.
love to see. Yeah, I mean, for real, it would be very awesome.
We need like an alternate universe Kenshin where he just like goes hammer on all this shit.
Dude, that would be a great fan flick right there. That'd be great. But next, we see during this fight with Saito, we see Kenshin, busting out his best moves, and he got stabbed, kicked a couple times to the ground. We see he's all battered and bruised up, bleeding, and the announcer revealed that like the true strength of the Shinsengumi group was their technique, and that they had a surefire way of killing an opponent the first time that they saw them. And me and Tyler were talking during the last episode, and it was mentioned that the Shinsengumi were known for jumping people pretty much, that 7-on-1 type beat. Tyler, do you think it was good that they like kind of clarified what that was actually about? Because like I definitely did not have much respect for the Shinsengumi when I heard that.
I mean, I still don't have much respect for them, but I mean, I understood what they was doing back in the day, or when they was explaining that. But it's cool that they kind of clarified it a little bit more. But still, that doesn't take away from the fact they was still jumping people. Right?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the Shinsengumi were essentially the military police of the old era. So, like, they're just out there protecting Kyoto, and they're doing what they have to do that. One thing I thought was really interesting in this is that they brought up Hijikata during this whole segment where they're talking about the Shinsengumi.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually a legendary Japanese warrior. And any sort of anime that has Shinsengumi in it usually has a character named Hijikata. So I thought it was cool that they brought that up. And
That was pretty dope.
Gintama, the second in command of the Shinsengumi, is Hijikata.
Okay.
Oh,
So I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, damn, I'm learning something new today.
shit. I mean, good research there, my boy. Good research.
Got you. Google.
Um,
Google just said legendary Japanese warrior, and I'm like, I know what's going on here. This is a wrap.
very good. Very good. Also, Rose, like how many times did Karu just get a reaction shot saying Kenshin? I counted 8 times in this fucking 20-minute episode. Was that annoying, y'all? Or like, nah?
Yeah, it was kind of over the top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have an answer for that because I watched it. It was the first show I watched as soon as I hit the snooze button 5 times this morning. So,
And his
uh,
his eyes and ears were closed when she was saying Kenshin.
is a very
Attention.
good. It's a very good thing that I'm able to have a very good discussion about this. So, the good parts must have come through at least. So.
True. I'm glad you blocked out her saying Kenshin 8 times. At least 8 times. I didn't start counting until midway through the episode.
I think they were doing it just to show the gravity of her feelings, but we get it.
Are they?
We
Are
get
they
it.
Shut the
in love?
fuck up.
Is this what they call love?
Oh, she's in love.
100%.
She
100%.
found that
I think
older man.
And she's
I
got
think
abandonment issues. Yeah, this is bad.
yeah, I think Kenshin's kind of feels the same way though in some regards, I believe. So
I don't know about in that sense. I think it's more just like it's a dear friend that he wants to protect. I mean, you got to think she's like what 18 and he's like 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
but
And
he's a
I mean,
new
I think I
man.
think I think
He's a
Megumi's more his
changed man.
speed.
I mean, Megumi's a baddie, so
Yeah,
Yo,
I
here
mean,
we
she's
go.
more everybody's speed. You know what
We
I'm
got
saying?
shipping
she
now.
got that she got that poison touch.
Oh, oh.
She infects
Um,
your mind and gets you high.
Mm.
I'm gonna leave that where it lies. So during the battle, we see Kenshin going back to his old ways. Boy's back on his bullshit, and Saito decided to like test him with his full power attacks. We kind of already answered the question: do we like seeing Kenshin in this mode on Go? And I do personally. These are some of my favorite moments of the entire anime. Love the whole thing. Love the whole thing. But when Kenshin gets those narrow eyes and just starts going crazy, you know it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a good episode.
Yeah, dude. I was about to say, like, when you see them eyes get a little more
Narrow.
ferocious,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like they're scary looking, and I fuck with that heavy.
And yeah, there's always been like that part of me where I'm like, I just want to see Kenshin like all the way on his bullshit, but wouldn't be good for the plot. Also, like last rundown, I stated that the Shinsengumi, may have been surviving Kenshin by fleeing once objectives had been secured. But Saito said they don't abandon the samurai way; they fight the battles to death. Did this surprise you, Tyler? I mean, considering that he's fought some of like the captains of the Shinsengumi so many times.
Yeah, so like I mean, so with that being said, like you could only assume that Kenshin was the one that run away, which I have a so in his state now, like that's easy to believe, but in his Batosai state, like it's kind of hard to believe that Kenshin would run away knowing that he was the best of the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be running away. I think it'd be fighting to the brink of like passing out and understanding that it's a draw. And, you know, based on the samurai way, that might be a sign of respect just to not continue the fight, you know?
Yeah, like just fighting to a stalemate and being like, damn, neither one of us can move.
Damn, he
Okay.
got me this time. Let's meet again, bro.
Let's run it back.
Yeah, I kind of forgot this little detail, and it did surprise me. Like that they were fighting Kenshin to a stalemate over and over and over. That's very, very impressive. But in the last moments of the battle, before either Kenshin or Saito died, we get a quick visit by the swordsman police chief who stepped in and told Saito to stop, and that his job was to kind of just judge the abilities of Kenshin. This ended up being a plot started by the former revolutionary warrior and home minister Toshimichi Okubo. And what the heck do you think he wants? I just butchered his name. I know, Dan. Fuck off. It is early, my boy, and I can hardly read in the first place. But what does Okubo like need with him? You guys think?
I can't talk. I know the plot, but it's Toshimichi.
Oh, Jesus. But what about you, Tyler? I know Dad knows what's going on, but what do you think he needs from Kenshin?
Honestly, like I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
I really the only thing I'm just I don't even know.
Doesn't know where to begin.
Is it for to take down, to get him to see if he's still in shape, to take down maybe another rival fact, state or whatever, or I just don't know. I could speculate, but why?
You're
I have
on
no
the right
idea.
track, and it's gonna set up. I don't know if we're gonna see it in season 1. I just checked. Season 1's gonna be 27 episodes. I thought it was only gonna be 25.
Mhm.
So I'm interested to see if they get into the next big plot point, and
This
if they
this
do, I'm
season,
very excited.
I thought the next episode was the last episode.
I just Googled it, and it said, "Oh, no, I might be looking at the original." Hold on.
Yeah, I think
24
I'm pretty.
24 episodes.
Yeah, pretty
Okay,
sure
so
next week is
this
the
will be
finale.
No, this is
okay.
22, right?
No,
This is
this was
Oh,
23.
no,
23.
next week's the finale, yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna set up a really exciting season 2 next week.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be great. Tyler, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. We're gonna get into like the main plot, the meat of this thing. So it's gonna be great. And I haven't rewatched that part of it, or at least all the way through. So I'm pretty excited myself because before my rewatch earlier this year, it had been, I mean, years and years and years. I think since like I was like a preteen, a preteen since I've seen this. So it'll be all
yeah.
new to me pretty much.
Maybe we can expect to have season 2 of Kenshin by late next year or so. Hopefully, maybe.
That'd be exciting. That'd be exciting.